With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the ground, it's Eckler. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, Eckler. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's got Lockett. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. At the 6-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, Mariota. That's complete to Sharp. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing, Mariota. And this is caught by Allen for a Raider touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Mahomes firing complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, a run with Cohen. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mariota now. He gets this one to Garcon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Well, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Yellow. Wait. Here we go. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 15.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
On first down, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, 43. Mike 52.
Let's make these big.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyreek Hill, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken near the 13. And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
To throw again on second down. Mariota. Airing it deep for Garcon. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Where they see?
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
54, line 54. I'm coming for you. You mine.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Yellow, yellow. Come on, 80.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Ray Lewis. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation, but instead they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Cowboys, 1st down.
Yellow.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
It's a party now.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Big ass. Slam.
It's Eckler again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Off the play fake, Mariota. He's got his man Sharp, complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Check it out.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Austin Eckler, 29 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will get them one closer.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Yellow. Argelati. Yellow. That's what I do.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ken Houston. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 9.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And going deep for Hill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Terrell Owens, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Mahomes. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Past the 20. 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dwayne Allen taking it in. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete to Sharp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. John Henderson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mariota, eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EA Sports_MUT. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. Up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the J's. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up and look like I'm foreign cars. cars driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me. When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. Slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my better.
just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On the set, 54. Mike 54. Let's go, baby. Return it. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And some room to roam now. Bell sheds him off. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the first play of the game. 45 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Check 50.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play.
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. That defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, and let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. When you practice these situations, it's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic could get you scored on again.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That good for 19 and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They'll run with Sanders. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Cunningham. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Mariota. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Mike's 50. Bring it.
Play action now. Mariota sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Drop deep. Echo. Check 52's the Mike. Check 52's the Mike. Here we go, dude.
To throw on third down. Cunningham going deep downfield for Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Allen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is complete. It's Allen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And on the tackle, Kevin Green, of course, a member of the 2016 Hall of Fame class, Charles.
Went in on August 6th of 2016. Kevin Green taking his rightful place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And what a speech.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On first down, it's Sanders, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Cunningham to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. They'll run on first down. Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Here we go. Check. Lucky.
Now Cunningham. Flushed out right. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Cunningham. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense not getting out of their lanes.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cunningham to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to the Hall of Famer Barry Sanders there. But now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Cunningham. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Too Tall Jones drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot before break. Cunningham. And it's caught. Touchdown. Odell Beckham. As time expires in the first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Check, crunch, 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 undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Mariota from the gun on third down. That's complete to Sharp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there. 46 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 25-yard line.
Check 43.
Now Sanders. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Buddy. Check that with Mike 52 right here. And let's get in that hole.
On second down now, it's Sanders. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A play fake. Now Cunningham. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On on fourth down. Cunningham. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest four. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number one game because the number one seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the number one seed. I think the number 2 game, Seattle at the Rams, because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the number 1 team in the NFC West, and the Rams have to have it if they have any designs of making the playoffs. The number 3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence, that big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas, but Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks, and then you finish up Kansas City, New England. How is that the number 4 game?
I know.
Hard to believe, but it is in this instance.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyler Lockett. 75 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. This will be caught by Randy Moss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
54, right there. 50, 56. Pull it. Ha! Shoot.
They'll go again with Bell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Too-Tall Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On 4th down, Cunningham, flush to his right. Man open, Rice. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alert 3. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Check nickel.
Cunningham looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Watch the eye. Check.
On 4th down, Cunningham. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead, still a 1-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5.
Check three. Three.
On second down, Eckler. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, here's Eckler. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. 10, 5, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it? And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Shift.
He'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and with it, they're back within a field goal. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.
Find out my team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'm a shine. touchdown, I got a stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freezer. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it. Go.
time this, Bad skills you did, Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they talking about him and now he is lit. He was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hate cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out for that. I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
all on my wrist, AOB, just all off of getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my 50, and slick then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip. Watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
Big numbers, 100 in a bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad being pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100 in a bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Successive penalties have him looking now at a 1st and 20.
Watch number 29. Ain't no such thing as a look.
They go play action now. Jackson trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one because in their daydream, This was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 16, Mariota eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
On second down, Dickerson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
McKinley on the stop. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Reggie Ragland, and they are going to set.
brothers, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pull out 1 foot and set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go! 60 out low. 27. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On first down, it's Cunningham. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory. Right at the 40. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
You can't block me.
To throw on second and 6. Mariota looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Oh, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cunningham. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a 1st down. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. I think when people start talking about the greatest Ravens of all time, Ray Lewis's name comes up pretty fast, doesn't it? Tackles like that, just the tip of the iceberg when you start to talk about his talents.
He was their 2nd pick after the move to Baltimore. What was that, 96?
Yeah, 1996. Jonathan Ogden was the first.
And Ray Lewis also 2-time Super Bowl champion and the MVP of Super Bowl 35. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run it with Coleman. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Cunningham. This is caught. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Cunningham. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Vinatieri's kick is good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snatched by the safety, Ed Reed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right? They won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win over Carolina. And then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore. Carolina, they still thought maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just 1 game back of 6-6 Dallas. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Mariota. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Play fake. Mariota. Hard throw, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Mariota on 4th down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background.
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, but now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Now Cunningham. He's going to air one out. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Throwing again. Cunningham going deep downfield for Ross. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
They're running it.
Cunningham to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Cunningham. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Cunningham. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Cunningham from the gun. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They started on the ground with Eckler. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Mariota now from the 50, escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
We got 4.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Mariota being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
SOS. Whip. Watch the whip. Wide. Get wide.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Off the play fake, Mariota. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyler Lockett, 66 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. Up to the line, Mariota. His guys will go for 2 here.
I don't think you got it, son.
They're going to try and run. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Cunningham. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The safety Ed Reed there to make the play.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the 28-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Mariota. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, here's Cunningham. It's Kelsey on the ground. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey, 41 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two. They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them. And the
Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 30.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Cunningham looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Coleman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Cunningham. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league,
he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 33 yards that time. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. And he's got Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Mean Joe Green picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mariota now. Flush to his right. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Mariota. And this one will be brought back to the 22. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Cunningham. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off. Now Cunningham has the ball knocked down, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Buying time to his left. Now, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Cunningham now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Cunningham. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. The 40, the 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 78 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 50, come on.
Now Mariota. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Deacon Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
What do you want? Minus 50.
Here's Mariota. And he's going to go down again.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mariota on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They will run again with Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Cunningham. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Cunningham to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. A fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
One last shot now for Mariota. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.
Southwest, this a jam. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jack.